Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Martinsville Speedway for the 9th race in the 2021 NRSL Jerky Pro Truck Series. We're gearing up for a shorter than normal race here at Martinsville, 75 laps of action, clear sunny skies, and I'm joined by my man, Vince Freeze.
Yeah, we just took the old highway to Martinsville, Virginia after our last week's trip in Richmond. James Ellison is on pole. Got interesting storylines to get to. A shorter race and intense action. Back to you, Zach.
On the front row is James Ellison and Henry Sanford. Henry is continuing that hot streak. He's gone 5 races with a top 10 finish, looking to make it 6 here today. He's 83 points back of points leader Max Anderson. We'll get to the points in a minute. Carter Friesen starting third, looking for that first top 10 still. He is coming into this race 33rd in the standings. Next to him is Joshua Teppensaw, who had a surprising Q run. Row 3, Will Parrish, another surprising rookie with Zach Rogers. Row 4, RJ Bishop and Daniel Bouchard, who's driving the truck Andrew Rich drove last year to a win. And in row 5, Stephen Colon and Delon Ibrahimian. Audra Baranowska starting in 12th, Carrillo in 13th, as Vince will go over our past winners.
Yeah, our past winners here today. We had LJ Toledo in 2017, 2018 Ace Rogers, 2019 Austin Mendez, and as you said, Andrew Rich in that 23 truck. As some notes, we have the pit window will be, like I said, we don't really know with the shorter race distance. We have it as 50-53. I expect that to be around 15, maybe it's 20 laps shorter with an undercut. And with this race being intense, expect a possible spin or two. There's no cautions. We've seen it in the past. If you guys watch this channel on North Wilkesboro, things can get pretty crazy with the stack-up. We'll see what happens today. And watch pit road as always, Zach. We never know what stack-ups could cause.
So coming into this race, Max Anderson has a 39-point lead over Gatlin Downey. He qualified 39th. Another driver with a poor qualifying effort was Donovan Cage, who qualified in 30th. Gatlin Downey comes into this race, as I mentioned, 39 back. He starts closer towards the front. We've got Amanda Evans, Nico Tringali, and Logan York in the Leach trucks today. Third in the points, James Ellison comes in 51 back. Baranowski's 51 back. And fifth in the points, Zach Rogers 66 back, as here's the command. Sixth in the points, Jonathan Wong, 80 back. Henry Sanford comes in, 83 back. Cage, 107 back. Carrillo, 118. And Owen Miles jumped into the top 10 in the points. He's the only rookie inside the top 15. Other notable rookies include Deanna Jones, 17th. Laura Chung, our Daytona winner, in 18th. Excuse me. And Stephen Colon in 20th. So a good opportunity for guys like Ellison, Rogers, Henry Sanford, Baranowski, and others to gain points on Anderson with him starting 39th. But it's a 75-lap race, and it is Martinsville. So expect things to get dicey. Green flag is out. We're underway. And you can already see a bit of a checkup there on the inside line back in the middle of the field coming to the green flag.
They grind through the gears here up in 1, 2, now to 3 and 4. Braking will be key, Zach, all day. Got to keep those brakes cool, especially with the mechanical grip in Martinsville to the center of the corner.
We'll see a little 3 wide there with Carrillo, Baranowski, and Ibrahimian. We will see the top side get a bit of a bite off the corner. But in the entry, it's really good to be on the bottom.
As long as you don't hit that curb on the inside, you should be good. As you see the field stringing out, single file for the most part at the back.
Carrillo fighting Zach Rogers for what would be 9th, but it looks like, nope, he's going to dive it in there again. Rogers trying to get to the inside line. As it appears, the inside is the way to go.
Oh, here we go.
Jack James got turned by Logan York. That gets him in the Mitchell Collins, and here we go. Oh, and Max Anderson got turned.
Oh, Lord
Logan
Chung.
Williams, Lord Chung, Ribbleton, Vargas, all get a piece of this. Oh, and DeLello's going to get stuck on the grass.
Uh-oh.
Ellison will go wide. But there we go. There's a little bit of that Martinsville carnage. We'll get a better look at that once the race is complete. But Collins, Ribbleton, Lewis, Williams, DeLello all down pit road. Same with Logan York. That hurt Vargas, Patrick Smith, Benjamin Ice. I don't believe Nereza got damaged. Chung got separated from that. As Tringali will come down pit road.
Big implications there. Oh, more people on pit row.
Oh, those are just the same people coming out, I believe.
Boy.
But Max Anderson, up from 39th to 28th, got put in the wall. So that hurt him a pretty good bit. As you see, the separation from about 22nd on back is strung out. Donovan Cage moving up from 30th, though. He's going to crack the top 20, taking 19th from Deanna Jones. And looking for 18th from Jack James, who appears to have heavy performance damage. He just can't go anywhere in a straight line now. But Vince Freeze having a good run in 17th. Meanwhile, Ellison with a 1-second lead. As DeLello will return to the racetrack.
Well, Zach, I think it's going to be down to lap traffic, too. Lap trucks here. What will they do today? As you see the 77 Amanda Evans up high and almost 3 wide there on the... Oh, careful. We'll see what those lappers can do because, you know, with the lappers around here in a short track, you can lose a lot of time. That 1-second lead is not safe in Martinsville.
Baranauskas will jump into the top 10, pushing Teppensaw out of it. Jonathan Wong has made his way forward. He's looking for 7th on Carrillo, as there's the 14 of Collins and the 45 of Ribbleton. As Bradley Reams having a good day today in that number 11 machine. How about Stephen Colon in 5th? Henry Sanford 4th. Will Parrish in 3rd, man, doing wonders out here as a rookie driver. Carter Freeze in 2nd, and Ellison in the lead, just pulling away slowly. Nobody retired from all that craziness. So Ellison dominated this race in the early stages last year, but he came up short to Andrew Rich, who passed him in the closing laps for the win. Right now, it seems like Ellison's just got the short tracks down. He's been pretty fast at all of them so far, especially over his career.
Seems like James, you can see, I'm just looking at his truck, the way he's moving in the center. Yeah, he's just diving in the corner, and then he gets a great run off and exit. Uses a little bit. There's not much draft. There's a little push draft down the straights here with the trucks.
Friesen's looking good to get his first top 10, top 5 on the year. That would definitely propel him up the standings. He needs to start getting some momentum going. He started up front a lot this year. He just hasn't been able to finish up front. Will Parrish comes into this thing last in the standings out of the full-time drivers behind Nicholas Jawita. Top 5 here today would be amazing for him, as Stephen Colon has moved up to 4th. Colon would be looking for his first career top 5.
The rookies are shining, Zach. It's just this place doesn't really require anything crazy with technical grip. It's just really about yourself and the car or the truck. I mean, you don't really have to go crazy with engine power and the setup. It's a very fixed setup around Martinsville. And they have special trucks sometimes because it's a one-off place, as you see. Oh, geez, let's see. Yeah, it just seems like it's regular braking, regular things there. It's nothing crazy. No one's really getting out of the line. Go back to you.
Bradley Ream closing up in 6th. Baranauskas has made it up to 7th. Carrillo 8th. Wong 9th. Teppensaw still holding on to 10th. Daniel Bouchard 11th. Amanda Evans 12th. Sam Young 13th. As Zach Rogers continues to suffer going backwards, he's about to lose 18th place to teammate Deanna Jones. As Donovan Cage made it up to 15th, but now he's been popped up to the top side by Vince Freeze, who's been moving forward. As we look further at the back of the field, RJ Bishop has lost a ton of spots. He's down to 25th. Max Anderson in 27th. So they were strung out before, but they've caught back up to the pack. Now you can just really see the damage to Jack James in the 13. Just has no straightaway speed. You see Nereza about 111. James only gets to about 107, 106 right there. There's Tringali. I think Tringali might be the cause of those skid marks there out of turn 2. Of course, everything will be looked at after the race. We won't pull a goof like we did for the Digital Storm race at Richmond last week. So we are back to recording in the morning instead of at night.
Good old night didn't work for us. Back to the usual morning. As you see James Ellison right now just showing on his lap car. Can Carter freeze and make up any time, or is he just going to be stuck behind those 2 lappers?
Friesen currently passing Patrick Smith. So you look at the ticker, every lap he's just kind of slowly losing ground. Henry Sanford has made it up to 4th. And Baranowski's 5th as Cologne has fallen to 6th. Ream has fallen to 8th. And now Henry Sanford looking for 3rd on Will Parrish. So it looks like, you know, the rookies there, Vince, they did good early on, but they're still inexperienced in saving their stuff. And it's starting to show here at Martinsville. You push that right front too much and you're going to start going towards the wall.
Yeah, actually, we saw that in the first round. I think Zach Rogers might be suffering that fate. He seems to be slipping back, and it happens, man. You know, rookies are, you know, they don't know what they don't know, as they like to say. Sometimes the crew chiefs tell them to back her down and tell them all these things. And you look at the rookie, they do have one thing in common. They know that at a tough place like this, patience will come. And that's what everyone's conforming today. As you see, Zach's just falling back.
Well, Saka is no rookie, but he is definitely not having a good day today. And I think just starting on the outside has really hurt him, as he's just been completely unable to get to the inside line to get anything going. See him lose 26 to Colt Hudson there. And now he's about to lose another spot to Colton Schwartz, as Max Anderson hasn't been going forward at all. And this is not what Rogers wanted to see. He did not want to see the 88 passing him. This was a great opportunity based on qualifying order for him to gain positions. And you see he's just going to the top side, and it's just not working out, and he just really needs to get to the inside line. Meanwhile, Ellison's lead has increased to over 3 seconds, as Henry Sanford and Baranowskis are closing up on Carter Friesen for 2nd place.
I think this race could come down to pit strats. I don't see this race right now. I don't think we're going to get some crazy sporadic wreck. It's going to come down to pit strategy and who will pull the undercut, I think.
And to your point, we mentioned in the pre-race that normally these trucks go 50 to 53 laps. Well, that was back when we had 100-lap races. A 75-lap race this year, halfway is about 37, 38. Still on the 2X package. Not sure if they will just cut this race in half for the tire wear, as the tire wear is only at about half a second. But I definitely believe if we go past halfway, whoever pits first will be in a good position to win this race. 1, because of the undercut, and 2, because empty pit road. As we've seen people bang into people on pit road when it's super busy and they lose like 20 positions at times.
You think Audra Baranowskis, after I don't know how many times she's had problems up pit roads, would be one of those people considering the undercut. We saw last week, tough break.
She fell 2 spots in the standings because of what happened at Richmond. But the lead is almost to 4 seconds for Ellison, who is just putting on a clinic today as if he's a Digital Storm Cup Series leech. And he's about to catch up to Logan York, who's no longer got a hood. That would put the 33 a 2nd lap down. Looking to put the 13 of Jack James 1 lap down.
Jack James with a lot of performance damage. Let's see if that could be a trip up here. I don't think so, though.
Oh,
also
Gatlin
just seems to have to drive off.
Gatlin Downey has plummeted to 28th place.
Oh, boy.
I don't see any damage. And perhaps just got stuck on the outside as Zach Rogers is starting to make his way back forward. He just passed Ibrahimian for 25th place. Him and Anderson on the move. Owen Miles fell to 22nd. Bishop back moving forward. He's up to 21st. Gene Sanford has cracked the top 20. Nicholas Jawit, 18th. Vince Freeze continuing to move forward as Teppensaw has fallen outside of the top 10. Vince Freeze will take 13th place as Sam Young just lost 10th to Lucas Catano. Really, right now, the battle seems to be just about moving forward as much as you can, Vince. As Yael Carrillo is looking to find the way to the inside of Will Parrish. You can see the gap now from 5th to 4th as Baranowskis has made it up to 3rd, and now she's going to challenge Carter Friesen for 2nd.
Yeah, I don't think Friesen, I think his tires have fallen off, but what will these lap trucks do? Use a pick here? Let's see.
Yep, Laura Chung's going to be in the way. Baranowskis will back it up a bit more, try and arc it back down on exit. So we're approaching lap 37, so you really got to wonder, are they going to cut this race in half, or are they just going to go as long as they can?
I definitely would go, if you go as long as the 50-55 window, let's say it actually does happen, try to go 45. That way you can have a little bit more of a pace advantage in an empty pit road. I don't know, halfway would be interesting, though, especially with the way this pit road's configured and people leaving and people exiting at different times and entering. Could have like 6 to 7 groups here on pit stops.
Baranowskis will see Henry Sanford go to her inside to take back 3rd place. Where is Ellison?
There we go.
Oh,
Oh no!
Oh, there's trouble. Ellison's going to miss him.
Oh.
Oh. Oh, Ibrahimian is sideways. And he will get stuck on the apron. I don't think anybody was coming to pit there, but James Ellison almost saw his race. Oh, what is this? Anderson is involved in this. Everyone's just getting stuck on the grass. Oh, and Ellison got involved in this. And Friesen's going to go by for the lead. What is happening? Oh, what is happening today? It's North Wilkesboro all over again. Yep,
James Ellison.
Ellison's stuck on the grass, and the good race is gone. And they are not going anywhere. Up there they go. Friesen will be the one to lead him into the pits. That is a tough, tough break for James Ellison. Zach Rogers cracked the top 10. I'm not sure if that's come from him staying out or from all the craziness that happened.
Oh, man, this pit road is a literal mess right now, Zach. I don't know what's going to happen. Watch Hamill. Oh,
If Vince and Zach get together on pit road, Ream's going to slam into Jonathan Wong.
Okay.
So I'm not sure who undercut. I'm going to assume the 12 truck was one of them. Ribbleton just pit. He was off sequence from earlier. Looks like Will Parrish undercut. Looks like Amanda Evans undercut. And I think maybe Henry Sanford as well. But it looks like Friesen will come out as the race leader.
We've seen this, Zach, not just at North Wilkesboro, but the leader seems to be one of these. Oh, maybe not. Oh.
I'm not sure who the leader is right now. Ellison without a hood. Several laps down in 32nd place. And it's saying the race leader is Carter Friesen. Had some other people staying out a little longer there. And we did have someone retire, and it was Max Anderson who fell out of the race. And so Anderson will go from Mr. Consistent to finishing in last place.
Crazy sequence of events.
And, man, what could have been for Ellison if he had been able to avoid all that mayhem? I mean, he's running in 30th right now. He definitely still has a fast truck, but he is going to be stuck playing catch-up for the rest of the day. And that has opened the door for Carter Friesen to get his first win, first top 5, first top 10 on the season.
Not guaranteed, though, that where Audra is. And you see, we still have people coming down pit road who got involved in that first early incident. It's not over yet.
Baranowskis is definitely the only one with an opportunity, but she is caught to the outside of teammate Daniel Bouchard. Let's go through the top 10 while we have a chance. Henry Sanford in 3rd, Carrillo 4th, Will Parrish in 5th, Lucas Catano 6th, Donovan Cage 7th, Stephen Colon in 8th, Deanna Jones 9th, and Gatlin Downey with a bit of a rebound up to 10th. See Nicholas Jawit in 11th. RJ Bishop 12th. He stayed out a long time. Jonathan Wong in 14th place. Colt Hudson 15th. 16th Vince Freeze. 17th Zach Rogers. 18th Owen Miles. 19th Bradley Ream. 20th Gene Sanford. And then Josiah Robinson and Sam Young round out the lead lap trucks. As Friesen's been put to the top by lap trucks, that's going to help Baranowskis. You were right, Vince. It's not over yet.
No, it is never. And that's actually Baranowskis' teammate. So, well, team orders maybe there. Put him to the outside. Here we go. This might be the move.
Yep, to the inside, Baranowskis will go. Does Friesen get enough of a run? Nope, she's still on the inside. And Baranowskis will go to the race lead. She will clear Carter Friesen into turn 3. No pressure from Henry Sanford or Carrillo, but they are closing. 26 laps to go at the start-finish line. Let's go find our man, James Ellison. What a tough break. And that's not for position right there. He's running in 30th, so now he is still gaining points over Anderson, who's going to finish last. He's still gaining 12 points. That would put him 39 back on the season. But definitely a lost opportunity to gain a ton of ground. I mean, if he had won this thing, he would have jumped straight to the points lead. Downey is running in... With Downey running in 9th, I believe Downey will gain enough to take the points lead. So that's the real thing to look at, is the amount of points Ellison is going to lose to Downey and Baranowskis today, because they are his closest competition in the standings. As Friesen has taken the race lead back from the 21. Just want to see if Ellison's got any close competitors here. He's got Chung in the 83, Hamill in the 32. And he is running a little bit faster than both of them without a hood. So I think Ellison's got a shot at gaining some positions before this race is over.
Oh, great move by Friesen, though.
I think he must have used Ibrahimian as a pick. The thing's not over, and Henry Sanford and Yael Carrillo are closing up as well. We have seen Carrillo went on a short track before. I believe Henry has too. I can't remember where it would have been, but I believe he has one at a shorty before.
Yeah,
actually, no. Nope, now that I think about it, Henry's 3 wins have come from Valkenburg, Atlanta, and then Pigs last season. Yeah, Baranowskis hasn't given up yet. It's a dogfight up here, Vince. 20 laps to go this time by.
I think she's just better on the brakes. Friesen's just a little bit better off exit. Not by much. It's very equal.
We know Friesen is good at winning on road courses. Got 2 wins there last year on road course tracks. 3 wins overall. But hey, Vince, we didn't even talk about it, but it's looking like we're going to have our 3rd non-Leech winner this season today.
Yeah, I think that's safe to say, unless I don't think there's any Leecher in sight, actually.
Looking at the top 10 running order, Donovan Cage has jumped up to 5th. Will Parrish down to 6th. Catano up to 7th. As RJ Bishop's making his way forward with those tires, Vince, he stayed out a little longer, and it's helping him out. He's up to 11th.
Yeah, he had the extreme overcut, so maybe he made the smart move, right? Ignore the shenanigans, have a clean pit road, and now possibly sneak a top 10, maybe a top 8 at most.
Carrillo has made it by Henry Sanford for 3rd, as they'll go by Josiah Robinson. That'll leave just Ibrahimian between him and the top 2, as Jack James is in the way with Daniel Bouchard. I mean, it's just a mess of lap trucks. Oh, and Baranowskis. Oh, Friesen had to go to the top side because of the 13. And that really hurt Friesen. It cost him the lead. Back to the inside of the 13 he goes. 15 to go this time at the start-finish line.
Yeah, Al's coming, but can he get around these 2 lap trucks to play a role? We'll see.
Henry Sanford is still stuck behind Josiah Robinson. It looks like whatever he had, it must be dried up. Donovan Cage has been charging forward slowly as well, but I believe he is too far behind. Carrillo will get to the inside of the 13.
He's closing. It's not over yet for him. You can see him.
And how about this, Vince? We didn't mention it the night it happened, but Max Anderson was the first non-Chevrolet to win in the Jerky Pro Truck Series this year. The rest have all been Chevrolets, still counting Nate Rogers' win last week at Richmond. Carter Friesen and Carrillo could be getting Toyota their first win of the year, as we have not seen Toyota win in the Digital Storm Cup Series this season either.
The only problem right now is Bouchard's not really moving over. He's just kind of paving the way for Baranowski, seeing the lines, looking at reference points. But Carrillo's the charger, man. He's down to 1.2, and we got a ton of lap trucks up ahead.
Carrillo
It's not over yet.
Yep, Carrillo will go to the inside of Ibrahimian, as Baranowski actually has 2 teammates in front of her. Owen Miles is also a part of GMS Racing. So she's got her GMS rookie teammates in front. Stephen Colon running in 9th, as Colt Hudson has jumped into the top 10. As Gatlin Downey has made it up to 7th, so Downey looking to gain a ton of points over Max Anderson today.
This could be big right here.
Baranowskis will make the move to the inside of Bouchard, coming to 10 to go. Friesen is starting to trail backward. Now I feel like if anyone's got a shot at Baranowskis, it's Carrillo.
Starting to lose. They got to get around Bouchard now. It could be game over.
Ooh, that kind of held up Baranowskis a little bit. Friesen to the inside of Bouchard. As both of them lost time to Baranowskis that lap. This could be the team orders game here, Vince. You know, you pass your teammates one by one. Now it's harder for the competition to get to you.
They got Carrillo's teammate up ahead, though.
Baranowskis is just knocking him down left and right. James Ellison has made it up another spot. He's in 29th place. Baranowskis has stretched the lead out to about a second.
I think Carrillo might get second, Zach, the way he's looking menacing, but I don't know. This win might be over if they can't get around these lap trucks quick.
Baranowskis will be held up by Brad Lewis there. That's going to help them out. But they got to get by Owen Miles. Friesen is all over his bumper.
Push drafting him. Look at this. Ah, there it is. Brad Lewis now gives way.
Friesen just needs to make the move, and he's just not making it. That could be all she wrote at 5 to go.
Yeah, laps click off here at 20 seconds. I don't see it happening. Oh, comes Carrillo.
Ooh,
Oh,
sliding. Really dicey there. I think it's all said and done. Friesen could not get by Owen Miles. It looked like he might have been blocking the line a little bit down the straightaway. And now Bouchard's on the inside of Friesen as well.
yep.
So 3 laps to go for Audra Baranowskis. You see Ellison looking for 28th place on Derek Hamill. Zach Rogers up to 14th. Wongfeld to 13th. RJ Bishop 12th. Jawee 11th behind Stephen Colon, who's in 10th. Hudson up to 9th. Parrish is in 8th. Catano 7th. Downey up to 6th. Donovan Cage in 5th. Henry Sanford 4th.
Oh, Carrillo.
Friesen down to 3rd. Carrillo up to 2nd. But I think it's too little too late as they'll come to take the white flag. White flag in the air. Audra Baranowskis entering the year with 4 career wins and a win in at least every season of her Jerky Pro Truck Series career over 3 years. And that number will continue. Baranowskis through 3 and 4 is going to get her 5th career win as she gets the first dub of 2021. Baranowskis wins at Martinsville. And she has now won in all 4 seasons of her Jerky Pro Truck Series career, dating back to 2018.
I just better be the old adage, lucky than good, right? I think Audra was lucky because we know Ellison. He was a menace today. Just had bad luck.
It'll be 28th for Ellison on the day. Carrillo 2nd, Friesen 3rd, Henry Sanford 4th, Donovan Cage 5th. All a bunch of winners there inside the top 5. Downey 6th, Catano 7th, Parrish 8th, Hudson 9th, and Nicholas Jawee stole 10th place from Stephen Colon there at the end. What a tough day. Tough day for Max Anderson. He'll finish 42nd after finishing 1st 2 weeks ago at North Wilkesboro. All right, Vince, let's dive into the madness and let's see all the craziness that unfolded here today. Looking at what happened to Jack James. A little bit of a 3 wide there. Gets into it with Ibrahimium. And then just Logan York comes off the corner. Doesn't give him any room and just hooks him to the inside wall. All right here, it looked like they might have been able to save it, but James swung it back to the right in front of Mitchell Collins. That set Collins into the wall. Right in front of Tringali. Gatlin Downey did a great job missing this. Roy Ribbleton, not so much. You see Anderson tried missing it. Gets turned by Colt Hudson. Logan Williams gets a piece there. Same with Chung. Brad Lewis. And everyone else kind of just stopped.
A little air there. Mitchell Collins. So 92 will puncture the grass right here.
DeLello gets stuck right on the curbing. Benjamin Ice was able to drive away. He was all 4 tires on the grass. Oh, and then up here, Vargas got into Ribbleton off the corner. That's where those skid marks came from.
Nowhere to go, I have a feeling.
Oh, yeah, and then Patrick Smith just slammed into Vargas. Because he had missed the first wreck, and that appears to be the chain of events there. I was wondering if anything extra happened to the 9 of Tringali. But it appears maybe he just waited a lap until pitting, yeah. All right, let's go find out what happened near the pit entrance in turn 3. Looking at what caused that second incident going into the pit lane. And it looks like Patrick Smith decided he wanted to pit here. And he just turned straight down in the Enzo Nereza. That kick-started this entire thing. See, Colton Schwartz is just going to squeak by there. Josiah Robinson, not so lucky. And then everyone goes low here for some reason. And Patrick Smith still wants to pit, and he's just pushing Ibrahimian towards the grass. And I think this is largely what continued this mayhem, because if the 22 wasn't on the grass, I don't think a lot of these other guys would have gone to the grass.
And you see, Patrick Smith is just has no sense of awareness and just pushes Ibrahimian into the pit wall.
And doesn't even make it down pit road. And you got more drivers getting stuck on the grass like Brad Lewis here.
Smith slides up.
We saw Ibrahimian get punted all around already. And then everything's fine. Like, there's nobody on the grass.
So right here.
And Bouchard gets on it. Amanda Evans gets on it. And then the whole brigade. Gene Sanford punting into Derek Hamill there. Max Anderson's going to get a lot of damage from this. He would go on to retire because of this damage.
Then right here, you're going to see in a little bit when we exit out. There they go low again.
And they're still going low, and there's plenty of room to go high. So it really, I'm mind-boggling again. And then this is what hurt Ellison. He goes low. I mean, if you look at Nareza and Vargas, they hesitate and they go straight back to the right. And they end up perfectly fine. But Ice and Ellison go low as if they're pitting, but they're not pitting. Then Ellison gets damaged and he gets stuck.
Questionable thinking here at Martinsville.
2021 making 2020 look like a pushover so far with the short track shenanigans we have seen this season. And then Patrick Smith makes it down pit road. And then everybody else stopped for some reason. Henry Sanford has a lane to go in the pit road, but he is stopped for James Ellison and Jack James. And then he finally gets going. Lost probably like 2 to 3 seconds there just from stopping. Cost everybody behind them too. So just really mind-boggling what went on here. But at the end of the day, it was Audra Baranowskis who came home the winner. Next week we head to Bristol for the asphalt race of the season. We'll head to Bristol later in the year in September for a dirt race. But we're going to hit Bristol first here in May for a regular asphalt configuration race. So we see you guys in 1 week's time for that. We'll see you tomorrow for the Digital Storm Cup Series from Martinsville in what will surely be a hectic race because it always is.